of class 7 here. This is your maths teacher and the host of this video, Ajit Haridas Mane. Welcome into this online video lecture series here. So into this pandemic situation of coronavirus, we are starting the online video lecture series for your class 7. Now into this online video lecture series, here I am dealing with our subject mathematics here. Now in previously videos, you can observe the videos or information about our first lesson that given in our textbook, geometrical construction. You can easily understood the information that given by our teacher in that videos there. Now in this video, this is our first video that we continues. Now into this video, we are dealing with the information about multiplication and division of integers. A group of integers that we use in our mathematics subject. About that integers, we are going to explain the two basic operations like multiplication and division here. Now before continuing these two basic operations, now we are moving toward our number system. Now from standard 1, we are starting the reading and writing of numbers there. In standard 1, standard 2, standard 3, standard 4, standard 5, we complete the reading of numbers from 1 digit up to 10 digit numbers there. Now, when we comes into the 6th standard, these numbers are classified into the groups there. So, we had to know the information about these groups and then we can easily understood the information about these integers here. Now, in standard 1, and up to standard 5, the all numbers that we use from 1 digit up to 10 digits there, these are coming into the first group except one first number, that is a 0 there. Now instead of 0, if we left the 0, the all numbers that from 1 up to 10 digit or so many, these all numbers are comes into the groups of natural numbers there. So here I am putting the information about first two groups that we explained in last year 6th standard. The first group that here I am putting in front of you, that is called as natural numbers. Now, these numbers are invented naturally. That is not made artificially. आता ज्या आपण संख्या पाहतो गणितामध्ये वापरतोय, या संख्यांचा शोध हा कुणीही लावलेला नाही, त्या निसर्गतः त्या ठिकाणी तयार झालेले आहे. सो त्यामुळे यांना या ठिकाणी नॅचरल नंबर, नैसर्गिक संख्या गट म्हणून ओळखलं जातं. So we started 1 digit number from 1 and then proceed like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dash dash, so on. The first group of number that we says as a natural number, and the group of natural number always start from 1 and that are proceed like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dash dash, so on. Now the first number that we use in our mathematics before 1, that is a 0. Now this 0, it is not natural number, that is not naturally made, so it cannot consist into the group of natural number. So the natural numbers are starting from 1 and proceed there. Now about this natural number, we make two statements at the last year. You can remember those two statements there. The first statement that the smallest natural number is 1. सर्वात लहान नैसर्गिक संख्या 1 ही आहे. And second important sentence, the biggest or largest or greatest नॅचरल नंबर वी कॅन नॉट प्रेडिक्ट, वी कॅन नॉट सेज. सर्वात मोठी नैसर्गिक संख्या ही आपल्याला सांगता येत नाही. सांगता येत नसल्यामुळे त्या ठिकाणी आपण या ग्रुपला लिहित असताना आफ्टर 7 डॅश डॅश साइन मी यूज केलेलं आहे. Now into this group the sign like dash dash here shows that the list of this natural number is infinite. नैसर्गिक संख्या या अमर्यादित आहेत, अनंत आहेत, हे या पद्धतीने दाखवलेलं आहे. Thereafter now we move towards our next group that we made, that is called as whole number. Now our great Indian mathematician, you should know their names, that are Bhaskaracharya as well as Aryabhatta. That both great mathematician that are invented the number 0. Actual Aryabhatta put up the theory of 0 first, and the Bhaskaracharya shows how to write 0. So in mathematics, in natural number, we write the numbers those who have its own value. But in mathematics, when we have to say nothing, no value, then we use the number 0. So to represent nothing, no value, Bhaskaracharya has invented this 0 there. So when we include this 0 into the group of natural number, then we form the second group of number system, that is called as whole numbers here. So here whole numbers that are starting from in this way 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dash dash so on. So the difference between these first two group of numbers, that is natural and whole number, natural numbers are starting from 1 and the whole numbers are starting from 0. Now about whole number, again we make two statements. The first statement, the smallest whole number is 0. सर्वात लहान पूर्ण संख्या 0 आहे. Thereafter, second statement, the biggest, greatest or largest whole number we cannot predict. सर्वात मोठी पूर्ण संख्या हे आपल्याला सांगता येत नाही. So first two groups of numbers that we continues into this number system. Now we had to proceed in same 6th standard towards the group of integer. Now here I am not explaining the group of integers direct, because when we continues the group of integer, first we should know the basic reason why the group of integer invented or made in our number system. आपल्या गणितामध्ये पूर्णांक संख्यांचा गट का तयार केला, का तयार करावा लागला, याच्या मागचं कारण आपल्याला माहिती पाहिजे. आता या ठिकाणी मी डायरेक्ट तुम्हाला इंटिजर ग्रुप सांगू शकतो, इथून इतक्या संख्या या इंटिजर्समध्ये येतात, मला सांगता येतं. पण जर तुम्हाला कोणी विचारलं इंटिजर नंबर्स का तयार केले, का तयार करावे लागले, याचंही रिझन तुम्हाला सांगता आलं पाहिजे. सो वी आर मूव्हिंग टुवर्ड्स द नेसेसिटी ऑफ इंटिजर ग्रुप. That's why we had to make the group of integer in our mathematics. So here the short heading in front of you, here I am taking the necessity of integers. पूर्णांक संख्या गटाची आवश्यकता. So let's move towards the whole numbers here. Here I am taking whole numbers in front of you. Now you should know about the whole number group. Whole numbers that are starting from 0 and proceed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dash, so on. Now we want to explain first two basic operations related about whole numbers. First, I want to take the operation of addition. So related about addition process. Here I am explaining some examples in front of you. Let's observe on this blackboard or green board carefully. Now, in first two examples, here I am taking the addition of two whole number. First example, let's proceed. 9 plus 7. 9, this is a whole number, and 7, this is also whole number. And if you make the addition of these two numbers here, 9 and 7, we get their sum as a 16 here. So 9 plus 7, we got 16. Now, if you think about number 16, that is the answer of addition, that is called sum. This 16 also includes into the group of whole numbers there. Let's proceed towards the second example here that I want to take here. That is number 2, 15 plus 19. Again, this is the addition of two whole numbers, 15 whole number and 19, that also whole number. If you make the addition of these two numbers, 15 plus 19, you will get easily answer as 34. And if you think about 34, this 34 also includes into the group of whole numbers here. Let's take another third example. Now, as per the basic concept of addition, we can continue the addition of two or more than two numbers also. So, in first two example, here I am taking only two whole number. In third example, here I am taking a group of three whole number different, 3 plus 15 plus 11. Now all these three are whole numbers. If you make the addition of these 3 plus 15, 18, 18 plus 11, that comes 29. Now if you think about 29, that also includes into the group of whole numbers here. Let's proceed towards fourth example. Into this fourth example, here I am getting the group of whole numbers more than 3. That in this way, 7 plus 12 plus 18 plus 5 plus 4. Now, in fourth example, the 5 numbers that here I am taking all comes into the group of whole number. If you make the addition of all these, 7 plus 12, 19, 19 plus 18, 37, 37 plus 5, 42, 45 plus 4, 42. I think 42 plus 4, that comes plus 4, that is 46. So if you think about the 46 here, that also include into the group of whole numbers. Now from these 4 examples, here I am making a basic statement here. If you make the addition of 2 or more than 2 whole number, the answer, that is the sum of those number, always includes into the group of whole numbers. याचा आता मराठीत थोडं सांगतो मी. पूर्ण संख्यांच्या बाबतीत तुम्ही 2 पूर्ण संख्या घ्या किंवा 2 पेक्षा अधिक पूर्ण संख्या घ्या, यांच्या बेरजेचं उत्तर जर आपण काढलं, शोधलं, तर येणारं बेरजेचं उत्तर हे पूर्ण संख्या गटामध्येच राहतं. याचा अर्थ की या ठिकाणी 2 किंवा 2 पेक्षा अधिक पूर्ण संख्यांच्या बेरजेचं उत्तर हे पूर्ण संख्याच असतं. आता हे झालं ॲडिशनच्या बाबतीत. नाव वी आर टेकिंग द नेक्स्ट बेसिक ऑपरेशन, दॅट इज द सबट्रॅक्शन. दिस सबट्रॅक्शन प्रोसेस रिलेटेड अबाउट the whole numbers here. And I am taking subtraction heading. Now into this subtraction, here I am taking the first example in front of you. Here I am taking 16 minus 7. 16, this is a whole number, and 7, this is also whole number. The meaning of this example is that we had to subtract 7 from 16, and if we do the subtraction, the answer it should be comes as a 9. 16 minus 7 we got as a 9 there. Now if you think about 9, this 9 also include into the group of whole numbers. Let's take second example. That's in this way. 52 minus 34. Somewhat two-digit number here I am taking. 52 minus 34. Both are whole numbers here. And if you make their subtraction, if we subtract 34 from 52, I think we should be get answer as 18. And if you think about 18 also includes into the group of whole numbers. Now third example that here I am taking. The third example that here I am taking as 6 minus 9. We had to subtract 9 from 6. आता या ठिकाणी या एक्झाम्पलचं ऑब्झर्वेशन केलं तर आतापर्यंत म्हणजे पहिलीपासून पाचवीपर्यंत आपल्याला जी वजाबाकी शिकवलेली आहे त्याच्याबरोबर अपोजिट उलटी असणारी ही वजाबाकी. आतापर्यंत आपण शिकलो वी सबट्रॅक्ट स्मॉलर नंबर फ्रॉम बिगर नंबर. लहान संख्या ही नेहमी मोठ्या संख्येतूनच वजा केली जाते. If you observe this third example, we subtract bigger number from smaller number. मोठी संख्या लहान संख्येमधून आपल्याला वजा करायची आहे. Now this is somewhat opposite of our rule. आतापर्यंत जे आपण वजाबाकीचा नियम पाहिला त्याच्या बरोबर उलटा असणारा हा भाग. Now in this condition, if we try to make the subtraction, the answer should be get as a -3 there. उत्तर कसं येतं पुढे आपण सबट्रॅक्शन प्रोसेसमध्ये पाहणार आहेत नंतर. पण या ठिकाणी 6 minus 9 हे जर सबट्रॅक्शन आपण केलं तर आन्सर उत्तर हे -3 येतं. लेट्स थिंक अबाउट -3 नाव. कॅन वी इन्क्लूड -3 into the group of whole number? लेट्स थिंक -3 याचा समावेश आपल्याला होल नंबरमध्ये करता येईल का? तर ॲक्च्युअली याचं उत्तर असेल नाही. वी कॅन नॉट इन्क्लूड -3 into the group of whole number. So due to this such number that comes in the negative format, due to this such negative number, there is need to take the next group of number into the number system. तर अशा ज्या नवीन संख्या सध्या तयार होत आहेत वजाबाकी क्रियेमुळं या नवीन संख्यांचा समावेश संख्या पद्धतीमध्ये करण्यासाठी होल नंबरच्या पुढे इंटिजर्स, मराठी ज्याला पूर्णांक असं आपण म्हणतो, हा गट त्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला तयार करावा लागला. सो दिस इज द बेसिक रिझन व्हाय द ग्रुप ऑफ इंटिजर मेड इन द नंबर सिस्टीम. संख्या पद्धतीमध्ये पूर्णांक संख्यांचा गट का तयार केला याच्या मागचं हे थोडक्यात कारण, ज्याचा अभ्यास आपण 6वी मध्ये पूर्ण केलेला आहे. Now after taking the necessity of these integers here, now we are moving towards the introduction of integers. Now this is our basic part, that is the revise of that we completed into the 6th standard. 6वी मध्ये हा सगळा आपला भाग पूर्ण झालेला आहे, पण त्याचं रिवाइज अप होणंही महत्त्वाचं आहे, माहिती असणं आवश्यक आहे. ना थोडक्यात भाग मी सध्या सांगालोय. नाव वी आर टेकिंग द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ इंटीजर्स. हियर आय एम टेकिंग द सबटायटल इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. मराठीत याला आपण म्हणतो पूर्णांक संख्या. नाव In the group of integers, we can take the numbers in this way. Now, here I am taking the group of integers roughly or thoroughly on this green board in front of you. Now, first here I am taking the number as 0. Now, at the right side of this 0, here I am taking the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dash dash, so on. And at the left of this 0, we are taking the numbers like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, dash dash, so on. This is the group of integers. Now, if you observe the group of integer, it always consists 3 types of numbers there. Now, the first type of number that we known as here positive integers. Now, into the group of these integers, the number coming at the right side of this 0, that here I am writing as a 1, 2, 3, 4. These are positive integer. While writing positive integer, we use plus sign there. So 1, here I am writing as +1. 2, here I am writing as +2, 3, here I am writing as +3, 4, that here I am writing as +4. That means each positive integer we write by using plus sign. Second type of number into this integer, that is called as negative integers. Now, if you observe into this integer group, the number coming at the left of this 0, that here I am writing by using minus sign. So, -1, -2, -3, -4, etc. So, whenever you want to write the negative integer, it should be compulsory write down minus sign there. Now, these are main 2 types of numbers into the group of integers. Now, the next information about positive and negative integers, while writing these 2 types of integers. In positive integer, there is no mandatory, that is not compulsory to put down plus sign there. Now, the meaning of this sentence is that, now here I am taking the number +7 in front of you. Now, when we attach plus sign, this suppose as a, or this term as a positive integer. Now, +7, here I am writing simply as 7. In mathematics, in number system, while writing positive integer, there is no need or there is not compulsion to use plus sign there. So, we can write +7 or you can write it as a simple 7. So, when we cannot attach any sign to that number always suppose as पॉझिटिव्ह इंटिजर. संख्या पद्धतीमध्ये कोणत्याही संख्येला जर आपण चिन्ह जोडलेलं नसेल तर त्या संख्येला नेहमी पॉझिटिव्ह इंटिजर धनपूर्णांक संख्या म्हणून ओळखलं जातं. पण याच्या अपोजिट उलटा आहे निगेटिव्ह इंटिजर्सच्या बाबतीत. व्हेन यू वॉन्ट टू राईट निगेटिव्ह इंटिजर्स, it is compulsory to write minus sign at the back of that number. ऋण पूर्णांक संख्या निगेटिव्ह नंबर जर तुम्हाला लिहायचे असतील तर मायनस साइन त्या नंबर्सच्या पाठीमागं देणं कंपल्सरी आहे, हे लक्षात ठेवा. Now, in the group of integer, there is another third type of number, and some student also get notified that this third number that remaining is 0. Now our mathematician that invented the 0, this 0 is invented due to the reason to represent nothing value in our mathematics. काहीच नाही हे दर्शविण्यासाठी या ठिकाणी 0 या संख्येचा वापर करतो. दॅट मीन्स ॲज लाईक अदर इंटिजर्स, पॉझिटिव्ह ॲज वेल ॲज निगेटिव्ह, दे हॅव देअर ओन व्हॅल्यू, बट 0 हॅज नो व्हॅल्यू. शून्याला एकटं शून्य लिहिलं तर त्याला कसलीही किंमत नसते. सो ड्यू टू दॅट रिझन 0, दिस नंबर इज नोन ॲज chargeless. Oblique, there is another word, neutral, neutral number. 0, about this 0 we says as 0 is chargeless number or neutral number there. शून्य ही चिन्ह विरहित संख्या आहे. In other words, in another sentence we also says that 0 is not positive integer and not negative integer. शून्य ही धन पूर्णांक संख्याही नाही आणि ऋण पूर्णांक संख्याही नाही. So the group of integer, it has these three types of numbers: positive integer, negative integer and neutral or chargeless number, that is 0 here. So after taking the introduction of this group of integer, while writing the group of integer, this group here I am taking roughly. Actual, the group of any number from this integer, the next rational number, after that irrational number, after that real number, all these numbers or these groups are always written by using number line. The concept is that. So at the last year in 6th standard we also learned that how to represent these integers on number line. गेल्या वर्षी 6वी मध्ये याच पूर्णांक संख्या रेषेवर कशा दाखवायच्या याची ही पद्धत आपण शिकलेलो आहोत. तरी सुद्धा परत एकदा हा भाग महत्त्वाचा आहे, कारण नंबर लाईनचा जो पार्ट आहे संख्या रेषेचा, हा भाग आपल्याला 10वी पर्यंत वापरायचा आहे. कारण आपल्याला पुढचे जे संख्या गट येणार आहेत इंटिजर्सच्या पुढे, रॅशनल, इरॅशनल, रियल, यांच्या बाबतीत तुम्हाला नंबर लाईन तयार करायची असते. तर ते नंबर लाईन परत मी तर थोडक्यात एक्सप्लेन करायला. Now on this green board here I am taking the heading of next part as to represent integers on number line. संख्या रेषेवर पूर्णांक संख्या दाखवणे. Now as per the name number line, we can make the simple definition there. A line that we used to represent or to show the various numbers, that is called as number line. ज्या रेषेचा वापर हा वेगवेगळ्या संख्या दाखवण्यासाठी केला जातो त्या रेषेला संख्या रेषा असे म्हणतात. Now to represent number line, it is compulsory to use our scale. Now in our geometry we draw a line, a figure of line there, and the figure of line always draw by using scale there. So the number line, it should be always straight. संख्या रेषा ही नेहमी सरळ असली पाहिजे. म्हणून त्या ठिकाणी नंबर लाईन ड्रॉ करण्यासाठी प्रत्येक वेळेस त्या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला स्केलचा कंपल्सरी वापर करायचा आहे. Now here I am taking this scale in front of you, and now by using this scale on this green board, here I am drawing a figure of line. Now this is the number line. So according to the concept of line, here I am showing arrow sign at both ends. Now after drawing this number line, next step we have to take a point at any place on this number line. So at the center, here I am taking a point, and this point here I am representing the integer 0. So when we draw number line, first number we always represent there 0 there. Now after that, at the right side of this 0 we can take positive integers, and at the left side of this 0 we take all negative integers. Now the next concept is that we have to fix up first positive integer. First positive integer we say as 1 or plus 1. Now by using scale, take the specific distance, and by taking this somewhat specific distance as you want, here I am taking 4 centimeter. I am taking the distance of 4 centimeter, and let's fix another second point here, and this point here I am taking as first positive integer as 1. After that, the important concept is that to fix another integer we have to keep the distance constant. सुरुवातीला जेवढं अंतर आपण 0 आणि 1 यांच्यामध्ये घेतलंय तेवढंच अंतर आपल्याला प्रत्येक वेळेस कायम ठेवायचं आहे. So let's take again the distance of 4 centimeter from this 1, and let's fix another point, and this point here I am taking as integer 2. Again I am taking the distance of 4 centimeter, and I am taking third point showing positive integer as 3. So these are first 3 positive integers 1, 2, 3. Now the same procedure we had to follow at the left side of this 0. So again from this 0 we had to put down 4 centimeter distance. So here I am taking first mark at the left of this 0, and this point or this mark here I am taking as a number -1. Now from -1 again we put up same distance 4 centimeter, and here I am taking another second point and taking as a negative integer -2. Thereafter if we try to show another integer, that we also represent there, but sufficient here. Now while representing integers on number line, it is compulsory to maintain or to keep the distance similar between each pair of integers there. So the distance should not be changes while representing all these integers. संख्या रेषेवर ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला संख्या दाखवायच्या असतील तर सुरुवातीला पहिल्या 2 संख्या दाखवताना जेवढं आपण अंतर घेतलेलं होतं तेवढंच अंतर प्रत्येक वेळेस तुम्हाला कायम ठेवायचं आहे. हे 2 संख्यांमधलं अंतर तुम्हाला बदलू द्यायचं नाही. So if you want to take the same distance at each time, then you can use your scale. हे अंतर तुम्हाला कायम ठेवायचं असेल तर शक्यतो तुम्ही तुमच्या स्केलचा वापर या ठिकाणी करून घ्यायचा आहे. हीच कृती तुम्हाला नेक्स्ट रॅशनल, इरॅशनल किंवा रियल नंबर्समध्ये सुद्धा यूज करायचे, लक्षात ठेवा. So this is the representation of integers on number line. Now at the both end of this number line, here I am showing arrow sign. This arrow sign shows that we can extend this line at both sides infinitely. That means all positive integers as well as all negative integers are increases infinitely in both directions there. So in other words we says positive integers are infinite and negative integers are also infinite. So after this representation of integers on number line, we also learnt the next basic part about integers in 6th standard. We learnt how to make the comparison between two integers there. Now for the comparison of two integers in mathematics, we use two methods there. The first method, by observation. We had to observe the given integers and we had to say orally who is bigger and who is smaller. And second method, while making the comparison between given integers, we can make the use of number line. Now orally, here I am stating the steps for the comparison of integers. Now the first method, oral, here I am saying तोंडी सांगणार आहे ही माहिती फक्त. तर या ठिकाणी दोन पूर्णांक संख्यांमध्ये तुलना जर आपल्याला करायची असेल तर आपण दोन पद्धती वापरतो. एक निरीक्षण पद्धत आणि दुसरी आहे संख्या रेषा पद्धत. दोन्ही पद्धतींविषयी थोडक्यात माहिती मी इथं सांगतोय. when we had to compare given two integers by observation, we had to keep some important sentence in our mind. The first sentence, all positive integers are always greater than 0 and negative integers. सर्व धनपूर्णांक संख्या या शून्य व ऋण पूर्णांकांपेक्षा मोठ्या असतात. सेकंड सेंटेन्स, 0 is always greater than negative integers. शून्य हे ऋण पूर्णांकांपेक्षा कधीही मोठे असतात. थर्ड सेंटेन्स, all negative integers are smaller than positive integers and 0. सर्व ऋणपूर्णांक संख्या या धनपूर्णांक व शून्य यांच्यापेक्षा लहानच असतात. And fourth statement, 0 is always smaller than positive integers. शून्य हे धनपूर्णांकांपेक्षा कधीही लहानच असतात. या बेसिक स्टेटमेंटचा वापर करून तुम्ही कंपॅरिझन करू शकता. इफ वी हॅड टू मेक द कंपॅरिझन हियर between given two numbers by observation, we should know those statements here. And the second method, by using number line, we also make the comparison between given integers there. Now the concept is that when we have represent the given integers on number line by proper way, then number coming at the right hand side is always greater and the number coming at the left hand side is always smaller. संख्या रेषेवर दिलेल्या पूर्णांक संख्या दाखवल्यानंतर उजव्या हाताला येणाऱ्या सर्व संख्या मोठ्या असतात, डाव्या हाताला येणारी संख्या ही लहान असते. Now, in other statement, we make two important sentences here. First statement, when we goes from left to right on number line, the number becomes greater. संख्या रेषेवर डावीकडून जसजसं आपण उजवीकडे जातो प्रत्येक संख्या मोठी होत जाते. याचा अर्थ -2 पेक्षा -1 मोठे असतील, -1 पेक्षा 0 मोठे असतील, 0 पेक्षा 1 मोठे असतील, 1 पेक्षा 2 मोठे असतील, 2 पेक्षा 3 मोठे असतील. हे नॉमिनल एक्झाम्पल झाले. डावीकडून जसजसं उजवीकडे जाऊ सर्व पूर्णांक संख्या मोठ्या होत जातात. नाव इन अपोजिट ऑफ दॅट डायरेक्शन, when weight comes from right to left on number line, each integer becomes smaller. संख्या रेषेवर उजवीकडून जसजसं आपण डावीकडे येऊ प्रत्येक संख्या लहान होत जाते. इन फॉर एक्झाम्पल वी सेज हियर 2 is smaller than 3, 1 is smaller than 2, 0 is smaller than 1, -1 is smaller than 0, -2 is smaller than -1. So this is the comparison by using number line. Now after this comparison part that we completed at the last year in standard 6 there, now we are moving towards the last part that we completed at the last year in 6th standard, and that last part is important for us according to 4 basic operations there. Now the heading of that part here I am taking in front of you. That is magnitude of integer. Magnitude of integer, पूर्णांक संख्येची चिन्ह विरहित किंमत. Now we learn that integers are of 3 types: positive integers, negative integers and neutral numbers. Now about these 3 types of integer we had to continue the magnitude of that integer. Now magnitude of integer, this part is important according to the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of integers here. So when we comes towards addition and subtraction as well as multiplication, division, first we want to take their magnitude and then we use their sign here. पूर्णांक संख्यांच्या बाबतीत पहिल्या 2 क्रिया शिकायच्या असतील आपल्याला, बेरीज आणि वजाबाकी, प्रामुख्यानं ॲडिशन अँड सबट्रॅक्शन. यांच्या बाबतीत आपल्याला पूर्णांक संख्यांच्या चिन्हविरहित किमती घ्याव्या लागतात. त्यांच्यामध्ये त्या ठिकाणी क्रिया करून त्या ठिकाणी नंतर आपल्याला त्या बेरीज आणि वजाबाकीचं उत्तर काढता येतं. त्याचे नियम आपण पुढे शिकणार आहोत नंतर, तो पुढचा भाग झाला. तर मॅग्निट्यूड ऑफ इंटिजर हा जर मला भाग माहीत असेल तर ॲडिशन सबट्रॅक्शनमध्ये फायनल आन्सर जे आपण काढतो, मुख्य क्रियेचं जे उत्तर काढतो त्याला मायनस साईन जोडायचं का प्लस साईन जोडायचं हे आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी समजू शकेल. So while taking the magnitude of any integer, the basic step is that we just remove the sign attached to that integer and write the number as it is, as its magnitude. कोणत्याही पूर्णांक संख्येची चिन्हविरहित किंमत लिहायची असेल तर त्या पूर्णांक संख्येला जे चिन्ह जोडलेलं असेल ते प्लस असेल किंवा मायनस असेल ते चिन्ह काढून टाकायचं आणि संख्या आहे तशी त्या ठिकाणी तयार करायची. फॉर एक्झाम्पल या ठिकाणी आपण एक्झाम्पल पाहूयात. फर्स्ट एक्झाम्पल, हिअर आय एम टेकिंग +7. यालाच मी दुसऱ्या पद्धतीनं सिंपल 7 असं लिहू शकतो. While writing positive integer, there is no need to take the plus sign. So +7 or simply 7, both are positive integers. Now we want to take the magnitude of this +7. So while writing the magnitude of this +7, we just write down as a 7. So the magnitude of this +7 is simply 7. This 7 that here I am keeping the finger on that, ज्याच्यावर मी बोट ठेवतोय ते 7. This is not negative, not positive. This is only magnitude. ही चिन्ह विरहित किंमत असेल. Let's take another example. Second number that here I am taking in front of you, that is -13. This is a negative integer. So while writing the magnitude of this -13, we just write down the answer as 13 here. So while writing the magnitude of -13, we remove minus sign there and we write the number as 13 only. So we says that while writing the magnitude of positive integer, we remove plus sign. While writing magnitude of negative integer, we remove minus sign. Now there is another number. Let's think about that. The number is 0. Now we want to write the magnitude of 0. Now this is somewhat important. Now we learn that 0 is neutral number, that is a chargeless number. 0 ही चिन्ह विरहित संख्या आहे. मग या 0च्या बाबतीत त्याचं मॅग्निट्यूड म्हणजे 0ची चिन्ह विरहित किंमत आपल्याला लिहायची असेल तर इथं प्लस मायनसचा कसलाही संबंध नाही. सो वी से सिम्पली मॅग्निट्यूड ऑफ 0 इज ऑलवेज 0. 0ची चिन्ह विरहित किंमत ही 0च असते. आता ॲडिशन सबट्रॅक्शनसाठी हा भाग आपल्याला महत्त्वाचा आहे. ज्यावेळेस आपण ॲडिशन सबट्रॅक्शनचं फायनल आन्सर तयार करतो, आलेल्या उत्तराला प्लस का मायनस साईन द्यायचं हे कसं ठरवायचं त्याच्या बाबतीत आपल्याला मॅग्निट्यूड ऑफ इंटिजर हा भाग माहीत पाहिजे. So this is about somewhat introduction part related about integers that we completed into the 6th standard there. Now there is also another part that we can discuss into this integers here, but this is somewhat sufficient to revise up our integer part that we continues into this 7th standard. Now this basic part we completed in our first video. In second video, we revise up the next part as a first two basic operation on integer addition and subtraction. Now in our current 7th standard, we do not give an addition and subtraction of integer. We have given just multiplication and division of integers only. But before continuing multiplication and division, first two basic operations we should know clearly. So in the next second video, we continues addition and subtraction of integer, their rules, their method, we follow up there. So till into this video number 1, we have to stop here. So let's observe carefully, understood this part, and we will meet in second video. Thank you. Have a nice day.